Control 347.
347.
Control to 228.
I got a release time of 4 o'clock on the dot.
I grew up in Clay, Kentucky, which is over in Webster County. My dad was a preacher there in Clay. He worked in the mines and he also farmed, but I always wanted to be a coal miner. It was August 17th, 2007. I showed up to work before anybody else. And somebody had called in, so they pulled me off my welder to help take a crane boom apart. At some point throughout the day, something hit me in the face. I still don't know all the details about that day. And it knocked me out, of course. I was on the ground on my stomach. From what I was told, is one of the foremen that was working that day was come and leaned over and was checking on me, was leaned over top of me checking on me. And the safety chains we had help holding the crane boom up broke. And whenever that broke, 8 tons of crane boom come down on me and him. And it killed him, and of course it tore me all to pieces. They said that it pushed us down in the ground about 9 inches. It broke all my ribs but one. L3, 4, and 5 vertebrae in my back were completely smashed. They told me whenever I woke up in the hospital that whenever I came in, they gave me a 2% chance of surviving.
He's personification of how a positive attitude can really have such an impact on not just his life, but everybody else.
I'm what they call incomplete, which is an incomplete paraplegic, which is where I'm still in the chair, but I can still feel, I can move, I can get up on leg braces and a walker and walk.
He could have gone the other way. You know, he could be sitting somewhere and he could be mad, he could be, why me, this isn't fair. And maybe he went through that, but he does not let that affect him. He is such an encouragement to everybody.
The worst part of it was the pelvis. It probably sitting in this wheelchair hurt for about 2 years until all that healed up. And then you had the mental aspect of dealing with it.
I mean, for one, he just has a confidence about him, and that's just probably has to do a lot with going through the situations he went through. I don't think anything's too big for him.
And I've always prided myself on being, physically tough, mentally tough. I can handle anything you throw at me. This was a challenge to deal with.
It makes you tougher being around a guy like that.
Living in rural West Kentucky, there ain't much for wheelchairs. And especially in '07, there wasn't much. And I'd always was just a manual labor kind of guy. And it's, I was like, well, that's it. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do.
How's it going?
What's up?
How's it going?
Buddy, how are you?
I'm all right.
Blake Cowan, one of the linemen here, called me. He said, this system control job's opening up. He told me, he said, I think you'd be good at it, apply for it.
He's a good dude.
Blake's like a brother. I know I can call Blake anytime, any day. I can be broke down on the side of the road in California, but hey man, I need a ride. No boy's gonna come get me.
I've went duck hunting with him. I've carried him through sloughs. It wasn't if he could go, it's when we're going, let's go. There's nothing to hold him back, and I knew he'd be perfect at the job.
I've told Blake 100,000 times, he's changed my life. Because this job is the best thing that's ever happened to me. It is the absolute best thing that's ever happened to me and my family.
He comes in every day with a positive attitude. I guess you get knocked down, you get back up, but he stays positive. He wants to learn.
Yeah, you have knee surgery, ain't you?
He's already won all the respect from the linemen, all the linemen.
When you meet Logan, this guy's got the it factor. He's a very intelligent person. Love being around him, love talking to him.
Well, as far as Logan is concerned, we looked at the ability of the individual to do the job. And certainly Logan has demonstrated the ability to do this job regardless of his current situation.
But Logan's personality is so much as he just stays calm. He's like, I got this. Just kind of sit back and watch me go. And that's just how he does. And I think it all stems back from his life as a whole.
If anything, Logan's only handicap is that he roots for the Tennessee Volunteers. And somehow we cannot get him to overcome certain things.
Well, he knows firsthand on what could happen if things don't go right. And he understands that what he's got in front of him controls a lot of dangerous equipment outside of that building.
You know, I don't want this happening to somebody else, and I don't want to be responsible for it happening to somebody else. So I've prided myself since I've been in that room that whenever I'm in dispatch and I'm on the radio and I'm running the system, that everybody goes home. The lights get turned on, everybody goes home. Well, the culture at Kenergy it's phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. From the time I come in this door the first time, every day, from the CEO, everybody on down, has made me feel like part of the team, an important part of the team. The only thing I found that I can't do since I've been in this chair is go upstairs in it.
Everybody feels safe when he's on the radio working, you know. It's a comfort to have him on the radio, hearing him on the other side, you know. I know that's how I feel.
All right, man, have a good one. Let's see.